Guys, welcome back to the channel. This week, we are gonna get this thing all together. Maintenance-wise, we've got a lot of things we wanna swap out. We got alternators, we got belts, we got gas caps, we got fuel lines, we've got suspension components, we got steering components. What else we got? Belts. Anything that is going to make this car more reliable, we're swapping it out. Anything that's gonna help this thing stop better, we're swapping it out if we can find the parts, because there's a lot of parts out there I can't find for it, or I do find them and they pretty much want to take your college tuition that you've been saving up for your kids to buy a rotor or to buy a drum. But that's okay. We're going to get what we can done on this thing, and we're going to swap out what I feel is going to be needed to get this thing on the road. I'm excited for this week because I have been itching to drive this thing. I just want to get in it, start the car up, drive it down the world, drive it over to Wally World, drive it over to the gas station, drive to get a Slurpee, drive to get an ice cream cone. I don't care what it is. I want to just drive the daggum car. So hopefully after this week, we will be driving this car. It'll be stopping on its own with the help of my right foot. But excited for this week because, I mean, just look at it. So it's been a pretty busy last couple weeks. We're working on transmission upgrades on that truck. We're working on motor things for this truck. Well, this truck ain't really a truck; it's just a kind of a frame and a motor. But the cab's right here. It's got a lot of work it needs to be done. So we're kind of have a lot of things on our plate this week. Or I'm sorry, we've had a hat on our plate this week. As you can tell, the old Pennsylvania roads got this one pretty good. So we're gonna be replacing all of that also, but not in this video. Just telling you, look around, it's been crazy busy. That's why I'm excited to finally take a break for a minute and get what needs to be done on this car done this week. Okay, I've been over here talking for probably the last 35 minutes. Showing you guys how to bend lines, how to double flare lines. However, the record button was failed to be pressed. So we're gonna start here, and we're gonna show you that these lines are already bent. The brake lines are already done. Probably best that we didn't have the record button going, because if you ever had to bend your own lines, double flare your own lines, it's not a fun task. And there's a lot of alternate words that get used when flaring lines and bending lines, especially these kind of bends. Let me show you. So the Continental has a 4-piston brakes. So there we go. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. This rubber hose, well, nobody locally makes it. Online, I think Steel Bay, you can buy a few of them. They are probably $110 a piece. So this line looks good to me. A-okay. Pre-bent lines must not be a thing for this car either. So what we had to do was bend from here to here, then from here all the way down, all the way around, and up in there. There you go. There's the quick version. New caliper, new pads, new brake lines, except for that one. Pray to God that it doesn't leak, because if it leaks, well, we're going to be running her with duct tape or electrical tape, whichever holds. New rotors are pretty much non-existent for these as well, but like I said, these are pretty daggum good. No lip, has a little bit of weather there, but overall really good shape. So we're going to run those again, put new wheel bearings in here. That's a go. And we've got tie rods. More to come. Pretty sure these haven't been off in a very long time. Actually, I know they haven't been off in a long time. If it's not even been on the road since '86, why would they have changed the brakes since '86? Probably didn't. So I'm pretty sure these are going to be froze on. They do move, but I think it's frozen. I'm going to try to knock off as much dust and dirt and nasty rust as possible. So let's get this rust knocked off of it. Get some all that nastiness knocked off it with a little bit of this little ski. Just load her down and hopefully it comes off. Hopefully it plays with us. Not plays with us. I'm not going to say that. Hopefully it plays well with us and comes off. Because I don't want to have to open up a can of whoop ass on it. It'll probably beat me. 100% probably beat me. Alright. Alright, Mini Thor, don't let me down. Mini Thor! Oh crap. Let's put it back on. Alright. Hopefully there's nothing in here. I'm gonna jump out. So he should have already been gone by now. A lot of dust. But still looks really good. That thing's gotta be 25 pounds. I mean, sweat. Man, even the pads still look fresh. Bendix. Get her cleaned out for a second. Yep. All right. Doesn't look half bad. Pads still have probably 1/4 inch of meat still on them. I know the master said the wheel cylinder's not froze up because we drove this here and these were operating good. I don't know why I'm going to change everything, but I'm changing everything. Just because I have the parts. And why not? Maintenance. New wheel cylinder changed out. Get out of here. Put a new wheel cylinder in it. Something like there. We got mostly new springs. Don't have all the main springs, but got some springs. And the old tie downs to hold the pads. We'll get those swapped out. And I'm going to save these pads for sure, these old ones, in case I really ever need them, but I don't know if you can see that. But we're probably only a 1/16 off from brand new on those. And it says Bendix. We know we're good at that. Who knows what that is? So, hyperspeed, get these swapped out. Next. Pretty simple task. Got all the springs in, got the wheel cylinder swapped out, new hold down springs, new shoes. Really, everything but these two springs and the bottom adjuster has been replaced. Really wasn't that bad of a job. Actually, a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, as far as the age and everything kind of being stuck on there or not wanting to come off, but came off. We're going to throw that drum back on here, give it a quick adjustment, rinse and repeat, do the other side, and keep going on. Okay, drums are on, new spring kit's in there. Actually had to make all new lines for the back as well. Well, they decided to all spin off, break, crack. Probably the best idea anyways to do it. Didn't need to show you guys bending and flaring yet again. I did leave them disconnected. I want to blow air through this line that goes all the way to the front, just to make sure there's no debris in there before we contaminate these new lines. Other side is complete as well. Now, what else do we have to do on this thing while it's up in the air? If we walk over here to the old parts store, what I mean by that is just parts laying on the lift. We'll go ahead and swap the oil filter out while it's up on the lift. I've got some new front sway bar bushings. Get them swapped out, new sway bar end links as well, because these are for sure 100% right there. Shot. Those right there, shot. No more. Not good. What else we got? Tie rod ends. Left tie rod, right tie rod. I got them adjusted about where they were when I took them out. So while this is up on the lift, we'll go ahead and get those swapped out as well. Don't mind my fuel line, okay? We'll get at that here later. Turn it, turn it. Come on. Can we make it to the next one? Yeah, made it. Greasy. Yeah. Get her nice and torqued. And you always go to the next hole. Yeah. Next hole. Ah. Oh, that's in there. Come on. Come on over here. Now you want to see this last one. We'll get you on over there. Where's the torque? Oh, that's it. Next hole. Yep. Can't even tell. You guys tell me if that in there or not. Oh, just a little bit more. A little bit more. Ugh. That's gotta be it. Oh, there she is. All right, time for the old safety pin, also known as cotter pin. Shove that in the back there. Bend it on over. We're gonna have to cut that one back a little bit. Actually, a whole lot of it. Guys, when you're organized like I am, you know exactly where you put your diagonal cutters, okay? I remember putting them right here somewhere. Probably under there. So, key here is stay organized so you know where your stuff is. Because I know it's in here somewhere. I know I got the cotter pins. I put them right there. That's what we're looking for. Grab a hold of that tail, close your eyes, set her down. That's exactly how you do it. Boop. Quality check good. 3 more. Guess I need the cotter pins. All right, where are you going? I like to install these front to back. Just kind of gives me a good warm fuzzy feeling because when I'm driving this thing at the speed of sound and this thing wants to unwind itself, I figured that high velocity wind's gonna come under there and push that in and keep it in when these come unsprung and want to come out. So front to back for me, that's how it is. Close your eyes. Perfect. I don't mind that extra tail. Actually, I do mind that extra tail. Probably get this one off too. Stuff's not easy one-handed. Not trickier. Definitely interested to see what comes out of that hole. Because, although I did check it before we ran it, and it looked good, who knows what it's actually going to do down in here. Huh. Guess it helps to have the right size. Get off of there. Oh. Whole thing's coming. That's always good. Oh, come on out of there. Looking juicy. Ugh. That closer. Oh, that's thick. Afraid it's gonna just like. I'm not close enough. There we go, right on the tool. Thick. feels like it's got good viscosity, you just can't see. Don't taste too good either. But no water, no fuel. That's a good sign. Just the black stuff, which we'll get that taken care of right now. All right, that's enough drippage. Let's get that plug back in there. Clean top. Give her the good elbow torque. Oh, that's nice. Look that way. Now look up. There it is. Man, that thing's got some good patina on it. Ugh. Let's see if we can get off that. See, might be a strong man. Oh, it's coming. Oh, oh, I get some juices under that. Something catch the juices. You guys are gonna laugh, but I'm gonna keep that can. It's got good patina. Oh. Put that in a goodie jar. Look at that Motorcraft. Get that seal all slickered up. Slick, 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 slick. Installed. Now, why does that feel too big? Maybe if I actually had it lined up, then we could get it in there. There she goes. Oh, she's tight. Tight, tight. Yep, yep. Oil drained, oil filter on. Let's put some new oil in it. One last thing before we lower it down. Let's get these sway bar end link bushings off. Get that bushing swapped out. Oh, you can't really see that one, but let's get that one first. Get her swapped out. End link is in. Let's turn you over that side. Oh, that's perfect. Snapped it right off. Huh. Well, that'll be fun to get out. Do we snap the other one too? Just he's not. Almost feels like there's a nut on the inside, but I can't feel anywhere to get into. That's like in the center of the frame. Yeah, between the frame rail. Let's keep spinning and see what happens. We get an extension. Maybe we'll come back to you guys. All right. Other side came out. They are nut plated. Well, this side, that one broke off. It's in there broken. And this one, she's just spinning. So we're gonna have to cut that one out, drill those all out, weld some nuts in there, or insert some riv nuts. Haven't decided yet. Probably gonna end up welding it. Well, let's do it. Okay. Face shield, safety eye thing, check. Can't really see through it though. Oh, that's better. Meat cutter, check. 1, 2, 4, 5, 9 fingers, check. For now. Let's get this bolt cut out of here. Get something else in there welded so we can get these bushings swapped out. Swapped out. Well, that is a fail. I cannot get the cutter anywhere in here. Too tight, not far enough. So we're gonna have to get a Sawzall blade on there and cut it off there. Okay, we got the Sawzall this time, metal blade, face shield, again. We've cleaned up, I can see. Still got all 9 fingers, we're good to go. I know I keep showing you guys PPE. I'm only doing this because I kind of got yelled at, okay? My uncle, he's a subscriber to this. And well, I was changing the starter on this car, I don't know, a few videos back. Laying under there, had the jack up there. No jack stand. Not a one. Not even a block chalking the tires. So he may have yelled at me. And what I mean by yelled at me is he sent me a text. It was in all caps, lots of exclamation points behind it. Just in my head, playing it through. Oh, he was screaming at me. I used to go to his house growing up, do any type of maintenance on my vehicle, and boy, did we have to have safety everything. PPE. We had jack stands for jack stands. We had eye protections for screwdrivers. We had, you name it, we had it. But long story short, got all the protective equipment on. We're going to cut this bolt out. We're going to weld a new nut in there. And we're being safe, okay? No more yelling at me, all right? I got it. Look, when your uncle yells at you, you listen. He really didn't yell. Not once. I don't even think it was all caps either. I don't even think it was an exclamation point. The point is, he told me to be safe. We got to be safe. Let's get it cut out. Bolt extracted. Sway bar hanging. Let's get the bushing. Well, I'm not going to get the bushing swapped out yet. Let's get some new stuff welded in there. All right. Well, I've got a riv nut. I've got the bolt to go inside the riv nut. However, my riv nut gun, I don't happen to have the stem to fit. So we're going to do a little bit of both. We're going to put the bolt in, the riv nut, use that as kind of a holder. And then we're going to weld that into that, like that. That should hold it. Okay, we'll flatten them down, get them cleaned up, and put the sway bar bushing back in. All right, cleaned up. Let's get it back together. All right. Get as close as I can to where I think it was. Look at that. This came out. What I'm looking at is that thickness. And that is about double the size. So what's happening is that's bottoming out, and that's not even getting close. Definitely the wrong bushings. So we're gonna be grinding those down. Okay, quick run through on the maintenance on here. We've got new oil filter. We have drained the old oil, new tie rods. We got new sway bar end links. We've got new bushings. We've got new calipers, new wheel bearings. I'm going to call this refurbished rotors, both sides. New brake lines all the way around. Front left, front right. Back left, back right. All new springs, internals, shoes and all. Didn't have these turned down or nothing. They looked okay to me. So if they look good to me, we're going to run them. So everything underneath for the majority of what I want to get done here is done. I have not bled the brakes, but that's because we have a master cylinder we need to change out. And that's going to happen with the car down. But we'll get the wheels and tires back on it and make sure we get these correct spacers on the front. If you remember from a couple of videos ago after I drove this home, we found out that we were having clearancing issues. There it is. So those will go in the back. Those spacers will go in the front. Back wheels will go in the front, just in case we lost some balance in them. Yep, that's it. Everything underneath, good to go. Let's get her down, get the wheels and tires on it, get it down, and get up under that hood. Come on. Oh, that's nice. And somewhere in there is an alternator. Just need to find it. Might be under this here air cleaner. Gotta be. No. It's definitely not under the air cleaner. Alternator, belts. Put it in. What do we got here? Insert memory saver. What the heck is a memory saver? That's funny. Well, I guarantee you this doesn't have a memory saver. Look at that. I ain't messing with you. The instructions say before you start, insert memory saver. You see that? Guarantee you this don't have a memory saver. Longer belt's going to be needed. This is the stock belt. However, they switched over to a single pulley. I probably definitely should have kept the dual pulley, but I don't have the other one. The core has been turned in and no part store around here has the double pulley. As you can see, this is all the way adjusted forward. Got all this little bit of room to adjust. See, up, down. So it's in its closest position. Belt ain't even close. So I've got 2 more belts coming once they get dropped off. Well, let's see about swapping that out. All right, I got the other belts. Now, these 2 here are the double belts that did come on the car. Like I said, it now has a single pulley. I'm not going to switch it back to that double pulley because, well, the shop's already turned the core in. I don't want to go source another one. Right now, the belts are calling for 41.5. That's that number right there. Take that first 2 numbers off that. It's 41.5 inches long. Switched over to a 42 inch and then a 43 inch belt. So hopefully one of these belts will fit. So we're going to start with the biggest one, put it on there, see if we have enough tension. If so, the 43 inch belt is what we'll be using. 43 fits good. Still got a little bit of adjustment. Ideally, if I had a 42.5, that's probably going to be the best one for it, but it's going to hold up for now. So on to the next. Okay, so we're moving to the master cylinder. Once again, hate brakes. Going to probably break every single line on here. It's been soaking in some of the old Scooby-Looby stuff, whatever you want to call this. Still probably not going to do what it's supposed to do, and that is break those free. But we'll give it a try. I'm not going to bench bleed this because, well, I don't like doing it on a bench. I would rather it be in the car, use the pedal, good to go. So let's go ahead and get the master cylinder swapped out with that one. All right, let's Come on. Don't fall. Don't break. Oh. Is he going to spin the line? Don't break the line. Well, I actually got it to break loose. However, I don't know if I'm spinning the line with it. Let's see. No. Come on. Oh, yes. The line is not spinning. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. There we go. This is probably the only one I've had do this. I actually do what it's supposed to in probably the last 15 cars. Usually I'm rebuilding everything from the proportion valve right here up, which isn't that far, but it's just nice not having to make brake lines. I don't like brakes. I like them when I need to use them, but I just don't like building lines. Bleeding brakes. When they're gonna come out with Bluetooth brakes, that'd be sweet. Just hit a button and calipers apply. I'm sure it's probably out there on them fancy new. Oh, come back, guys. Sure, it's already out there on them fancy new electronic car. Ooh, are you out? Oh, give me my wrench. Move that out of the way just a little bit. Now. I need to get that made my jammer. What size are you gonna be? I have. Come on, baby, don't do it. Don't do it to me. Nope, you're gonna strip. Let's go get something a little bit closer. There we go. Ta-da! Now, if you notice at the beginning, I was going tightening it just a little bit. I like to try to tighten it up just a little bit to see if I can get those threads to kind of crack and break loose. Once I feel that move just a little bit, kind of start going the
the direction it needs to come off, which is counterclockwise. And it seemed to work out pretty good. I did booger up the threads a little bit, but it's coming off. And I'm able to get a wrench on and off of it. And the line is not moving. So we don't have to rebuild lines. Oh, it's still hot. Still really hot. Let's get all that juice out of there. All right, only thing left to do is get that bolt right there. Get that bolt right there. Slide her out. All right, old one, new one. What I do like to do is kind of check the depth of these. You can use the end of a micrometer. I just grab really anything that goes down there. Use kind of my hand as a guide. And yes, the bore is the same diameter and the depth as the old one. So let's slap it in. Okay, brake booster is installed. Like I said, 2 bolts. I did take the booster rod out, clean it up a little bit, had some, I don't know, leftover brake fluid scaling, cleaned it up, made sure the seal between the booster and this master cylinder was good and tight. No cracks, it wasn't dry rot, nothing like that, so it was good to go. Okay, I got the lines hooked up, the bleeder port screwed into each side. Got a little standoff so the tubes don't fall out. What's gonna happen is we're gonna fill this up. We're gonna go over there inside the car, that way. And we're gonna pump the brakes. We're gonna watch these hoses and watch for any more, or watch to make sure all the air bubbles come out of it. Boop, boop. These lines are below the fluid level, or they will be once there's fluid in there, so we don't keep sucking air back in. So in theory, it's not even in theory, but how it works, fluid goes down those holes, goes to these lines, and just keeps cycling itself through until we bleed the master cylinder. Okay, we got some fluid in there somewhere. Where's that fluid at? Okay, we got fluid in there. I'm gonna go in the car. We're gonna pump brakes. See if we got flowage. Let me tell you right now, I do not like brakes. Okay, so I'm gonna put the put the bleeding of the brakes off as far as I can. While we're under the hood, I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing all the other routine maintenance I want to get done under the hood. Then we'll get it up on the lift, pull all the tires off. We'll do it at one time. But the longer I wait, the better, because I do not like bleeding brakes. Just hate it. I would rather walk on, I don't know, shards of glass, hot coals, something. I'm not going to do it, but that's how much I hate this. All right, let's get the rest of this stuff. All right, here we go. I don't know what the flavor of that gas is right now. I know it's been sitting for well over 30 years. Pretty sure it ain't any good. So what I'm going to do, because right now, if you look, you see this, well, there's the fuel line going from the carburetor up under the car, and it was sitting up under here in the gas tank. So we need to get rid of that, because if I want to have some kids in here, I don't really need a kid holding my 5-gallon gas tank. It would be nice because you could just kind of keep topping it off as we go. I'd never run out of gas. But I think I might get called by CPS if I do that. So we're going to go ahead and remove this brake line. I'm sorry, go ahead and remove this gas line and see if we can't get some fresh gas in here. Now, once again, I don't know what's in that tank. There's nothing leaking under it. I haven't been able to put any gas in there yet because, well, here's the new gas cap and there's the old gas cap. I don't have a key for that, so I haven't been able to put nothing in there. I don't even know if the gas tank will hold gas, but we're going to try it. But in the meantime, to kind of help filter anything coming out from there all the way up to here, I'm going to slap a inline fuel filter. Yes, there is a fuel filter there on the car, but I can't see if there's anything in there plugging it up. We're going to pull that one off, see if I can't blow it out, get this line. Now, it's a hard line coming up from the bottom, and then it's only a soft line right there. So what I'm going to have to do is cut this hard line, see if I can somehow get this one to set in there, and then soft line it from there to there, just until I'm confident that that tank's kind of cleaned out with all of its rusty particles and sludge and varnish and whatever else is in that tank. I don't even know if the tank's going to hold gas, so this is all a crapshoot. If it doesn't hold gas, well, we're going to have to get a new tank. We can get rid of this and we'll just put the line back. So let's go ahead and get this fuel filter modified in here somehow and see if we then can work on that gas cap, because I can't get in there. All right, so the plan was to kind of somehow put this filter up in here somewhere, either cut that line or bend this one back to where I can get that one in there. However, I would like to keep the hard line up there if I can. And if I look here, well, here is the gas tank. So what I can do is just cut that soft line, put my filter there, and actually catch the debris before it even makes it to the pump as well. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to cut it somewhere in here and flop that in there. Okay, there we have it. I was able to just go ahead and put the filter right there before the fuel pump and right after the tank. So we should be able to watch any sediments coming through there. Plus, it's a lot easier than cutting all that stuff out. Plus, I'd like to use that one day once this tank gets cleaned out. Now, to the back. We have got to figure out how to get in there. Now, my hope was, these look close. So my hope was this key would fit that. It seems to go in, but I can't get it to unlock. Yeah. I don't know if you got to push in, turn, or what. So rather than trying to break this key, I'm just going to drill that thing out of there. Hey. Well, got the innards out. How do we get the outwards? Oh. Let's get all them shavings cleaned out and boop, put the new one in. Let's see how this bad boy goes in there. I wonder if I need the key to, nope. Now, how do I get it out? Oh. Nice. Remove slowly. I thought it would twist or something, but good to go. All right. So there's some good news and there's some bad news. The good news is we're going to have more new parts, okay? More new parts on this, the better. The less I got to change later when we actually start tearing this thing down. The bad news is the parts I need
is what is going to keep this thing running. Put it on a gas tank and it still runs and purrs like a kitten. Starts over first crank, maybe a little bit of to help it fire off. But here's the bad news. That right there is what we like to call fuel tank sending unit. Now, I'm not sure if you're picking up on this, but this part is supposed to be attached to that part. Okay? Fuel gets sucked in this sock, comes out here, goes to the tank, or goes to the engine, right there. This, right there, is supposed to be connected. So right now, I've got no fuel flowing from the back of the tank to the front of the car. So there's the good news / bad news. Good news is more new parts. Bad news is, well, we can't really do anything else until this car gets that part. Now I can sit here and we can wait another 2 days. I've got it on order. I think it's supposed to be here Friday. Today is, what is today? Tuesday. So wait another 3 days, 4 days to get this out to you guys. But I think I'm going to end it here. That's another part of the bad news. We're not going to be able to see this thing driving down the road. I've got all the brakes bled. I've got everything else done that we had on that checklist to do. So the only thing we're waiting on is fuel. Get the fuel from the back of the tank to the front of the car. This car's fighting me every which way we can do it, and all I can do is just keep rolling with the punches. I wish I could have showed you guys this thing running down the road, but I will get it updated once we get the part in. Once we get the part in, it's a matter of just putting it up in the tank, hooking the line up, priming that line, and it should be firing off. I've got it kind of tuned in pretty good. I was running off another tank earlier just to kind of work out the kinks and get everything going. So it's ready to go, minus that line. So bear with me. I hate to end the video here, but I don't want to push this video out on and on and on, waiting for parts. Probably should order those months ago, but you know, life happens. I forget things. I don't know. I should have done it, but that is what it is. Either way, guys, appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time. All right, well, it's Friday, guys. I had every intention of getting the video posted out Wednesday or yesterday. However, had a lot of issues with it uploading, had a lot of issues with the editing software. So lucky for you guys, it's Friday, and guess what? We got parts. The parts are here. Get it in that gas tank. Let's get that hood down, prime that line up, and let's drive this thing out of here. I gotta get right there. She looks crunchy. Huh. Don't mind all that rust. All right, some good news and some bad news. Good news. Hold up. So, all right, so good news. Give her a squirt. She's on. Now. All right, so bad news. Well, it needs a new gas tank. Not too really concerned with all the debris that filter's picking up. That's kind of what it's supposed to be doing. That filter will catch it up. The sock in the tank's going to pick it up. And that filter right there is going to pick it up. But what is happening is that tank sending unit, there's a hole, obviously. That hole I showed you a little earlier that the sending unit sits in. Well, it's got a little lip around it, and there's supposed to be a retaining ring holding that sending unit inside or to the tank. Well, let's just say, I'm going to be generous when I say half of that lip in which that sending unit sits on has corroded away. So the sending unit is sitting cockeyed in there. Fuel's probably going to splash right out on it, as long as I don't fill it up more than 3/4 of a tank. So it is retained in there right now. It is pumping the gas,
But we need a new tank because that lip is completely corroded away. Let's get this out of the garage. Okay, so maybe it doesn't do a burnout because, well, brakes still aren't 100% tight on there. Got to finish bleeding the back ones, but the front ones, they're there. Okay, still needs a little bit of tune. I think I have an intake leak somewhere around the carb, but it's out. It's ready to go. Not even ready to go, but it is out. It is out of the garage. It's up and down the road. Sorry, no burnout. Didn't really want to. It didn't want to do it. So, but there you have it. All right, so for real this time, that is a wrap for today's video. I didn't think I was going to get it out of the garage because we were waiting on parts. Still didn't think we were going to get it out of the garage because of that rusty gas tank lip. But look, minus the mess, there's a hole. No more car in here. Hits outside. Do a little bit more fine tuning on it. I got to keep running some gas through it. It's still got that bad gas in it. Get some seafoam in there or some of that Berryman's. But whatever it is, we've got it out of the shop. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody sticking around to the end. This time, I know it's the second ending, but I do appreciate everybody sticking around. And we will see you next time.